Guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to be doing another awesome interview here with JTrader. He's a phenomenal guy and an even better trader. But today we're going to be going through a series of great questions, and really looking forward to seeing what you guys have in store with him. So Jay, thanks again for coming on here today.
Thank you for the invitation. Glad to be here with you, traders.
Thank you. So we'll kick things off. A lot of people want to know what your context is, what type of style of trading you have there. So maybe give everyone like about a 60-second bird's eye view of your style of trading at JTrader.
So I'm a day trader. I trade with different brokers, day trading, small caps, big caps, option and futures. I run a trading room, a small cap room where we trade all these assets. I mentor also traders here at the Academy or also online. And yes, I simply doing this for a long time right now, and this is my passion.
Right on. And what were like some of the challenges? I know everyone's got those issues when you're starting out. What were some of the main issues or roadblocks that you had when you were starting your learning curve out? And how many years ago was that when you did start?
I started my life 2 times. First time, 99, when I started trading covered warrants and Italian equities. And I was between 18 and 19 years old. And that was really back in the days. We had no TraderSync. We had a slow connection, was DSL. I was having this connection with internet through the satellite. And I was using Realtick. This was the platform with twice SIM trading brokers in Italy. Then I started getting back, interest in small caps, 2016, 2017. So my approach was really like a beginner in small cap land. Mm-hmm. And I started with, trying every chart room out there. I simply started to find my patterns, what I really wanted to trade. And then I found my playbook. And how I found it: back testing, seeing the results of my trading, seeing what was working, focusing only on those playbooks, and actually starting to build my account using those 5-6 setups that reoccur over time.
Right on. And I mean, we've been working with you guys, I think, for about just over a year, maybe a bit longer. What made you come into TraderSync or even start thinking of journaling in the first place, and how has that transition been for you guys?
So imagine that in order to be able to mentor traders, you also need to review their report. You need to review their, trading. You need to see their stats. So you want to see if they're able to be profitable with the setups, which setup are they more profitable in, their win rate, average win, average loss, drawdown, and you need to keep everything under control. So you want to see the trader accountable, and that's the reason for me just to go over TraderSync.
What are the kind of like the main I'm not sure if you still journal a ton as much as you do, Jay, in the past, but what are the kind of the main features or reports you like to have traders run? Because I know a lot of guys, they get overwhelmed with journaling, and I don't want to beat this over the head, but what are just the main things you need to be looking at to know if you're succeeding or receding as a trader?
4 main things: average win versus average loss, win rate, profit factor, and then you want to see your setups. So you want to see where you underperform, outperform. For example, I have some traders that are very good at long, but once they shift to short, they're simply not profitable. So you want to really be focused on what you can perform better on.
Right. Good point. In terms of guys that have been struggling, because you've been training a lot of traders over your years, do you have any commonalities what are the main reasons guys are losing? Is it stuff like FOMO? Is it things like over trading? Do you notice any trends even with that, or?
Everybody wants to size up too soon, too much. Yeah. Everybody wants to make money so fast. Everybody wants to see millionaire because, they see videos over there of a trader with a nice car or everything. And Twitter is not really like that. Trading is a daily job. You have to be over here for years, every single day in the market, day in, day out, accepting the losses. I would say standing back up after a loss, try to improve, see where your losses come from. And only with this daily job, daily commitment, you can become profitable. A lot of traders don't have this, this spirit of sacrifice. They don't have this kind of resilience. They give up too soon, or they blow up too soon because they want to just like jump faces, want to step over my phases, and I don't want to give time to learn. The learning curve takes time. It's like if you go to school, normal university, it will take years. Yeah. And the same thing is in trading. Of course, you can make money in the first 6 months, in the first 12 months, and we're teaching a lot of traders to do this. But becoming a professional trader, making 7, 8 figures per year, then it takes a lot of time, and it takes also a lot of experience in order to manage the kind of positions.
Yeah. And curious to know your thoughts on this, like in terms of scaling, because a lot of guys, they just think that they can just go and double their account or double their sizing in the next month, right? And this is something that at least I took for myself, was I'd always have this kind of 25% rule. That was just something that worked well for me, because that was something that I didn't even feel like it made a change. So if I had 30 days there, I hit all my goals, my profit targets, whatever it may be, I could increase my position sizing by 25% the following month. I noticed that if it was that rate, it didn't really make a difference in my P&L per se, in my emotional tolerance with all that. But as soon as I was doing like a 50% or 100% increase in position sizing, I mean, I could just immediately notice that. So I don't know if you had any types of tips or strategies in terms of scaling, or was it just based on if it was an A+ setup or a B- setup you were doing that with? But what was your kind of feedback there?
So in order to grow your account, it's not about one home run, but it's a lot of good trades.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you can manage the risk, you can simply limit the losses, the more you can become profitable. This is the first thing. So manage the risk will give you, I would say, conviction. If you have, of course, a playbook, if you know that the playbook is profitable, then it's just about time. And the point about sizing is that before sizing, you have to create a cushion. So let's say we're trading an average of 1,000 shares on something like a $5 stock. Create a cushion like 4 or 5K. Then you can wire out something, withdraw something like a 40%, and that remaining 50, 60%, you use compounding. So next time you're going to use 1,250 shares or 1,300 shares, like 25, 30% more, maximum 35% more, because you don't want to overexpose yourself to more emotions and more stress. Yeah. Because when you're stressed, basically what you're going to do, you're going to feel FOMO, you're going to get out too soon, you're going to cut your wins, you're going to maybe oversize because you cannot accept a loss. So do step by step. Yeah. You create a cushion, you build, you create another cushion, you build more, and this has to be the process. Of course, you have to be very, I would say, practical, systematic in your process, and you have to know your setups very, very good.
Yeah, oh, well put. Wanted to also bring up, I know I didn't throw you this in the questions prior to this interview, but wanted to see if you want to talk any bit on JTrader, if there's been any new updates or things on there. I know it's been some time since I've last talked to you, and it's a phenomenal program and software. And if any of the guys that aren't familiar with it, maybe you could give just a brief insight as to what you have going on there.
So we want to create everything in one app. So something that you could see charts, scanners, newsfeed. You could, now we're adding a watch list. We're adding like alerts, we have alarms. We're going to have also everything about the illusion inside there. So it's a 360-degree, I would say, arsenal for a trader. And that's the reason why a trader gets to mentor by me. The first two things I ask the trader is, one, having JTrader, because you simply have everything out there. Of course, you need a broker. And then the second thing, have TraderSync, so that we can see the stats, follow him, make him accountable. So the trader every single day is going to put his stats inside TraderSync and see how was his performance.
Nice. Yeah. That's awesome. Do you guys have any type of future ideas with it all, or is it you guys already got kind of the main UVP of what you got for it?
Yeah. So the main point for JTrader is to make the traders accountable and right at a glance, see the news, see the stats of the company. For example, you have a small cap, you want to see how many times gapped and faded or gap and run, and what time it faded. You can also back test. So see, for example, with this news, what kind of stock faded, what kind of parameters they had. This morning, we were looking at Meta, Amazon. So we're looking at the main gappers. And for example, we were like filtering all the gaps on the big cap land above 8% with certain amount of volume, so that gives you an idea of what traders can, I would say, forecast in their trading. Yeah. And when it comes back to trading, you have not a lot of time. So we can do this very, very fast, right? In 17 seconds, you have all the back tests you want. And that is simply like something amazing.
Yeah. I love that. And, you know, I think a lot of guys too, if you're a new trader that's watching this, you know, whether it's today or a couple months down the road, big thing to be mindful of is keeping your costs low, especially when you're starting out, because you'll have commissions, you'll have all your software and fees, and Jay's done a phenomenal job of condensing everything into one really easy UI platform to be able to go in and do all of your analysis and even, like you said, back testing there. So I'm sure you've got remarks of people that have said like it's almost like all of your things are in one shop, you know, so to speak. You don't have to have 4 or 5 different browsers or softwares running. Exactly. And that, you know, keeps everyone for one, your CPU and your computer are a lot more happier. But secondly, yourself, and obviously being able to get everything done in one window there. So
Absolutely. I mean, traders, they have to try it. We have a coupon code if you want traders, but it's simply an amazing software, and it really suggests for beginners, advanced, and professional traders.
right on. Jay, wanted to get your take, long versus short. Are you more biased on one than the other? Are you just more adaptable? What's kind of your take on that?
So in this market, we have really, first of all, to look what the market is doing. If we look at small caps, we'll see months where we have, for example, more faders, and months where we have more, I would say, runners. So we're coming like from weeks where we had a lot of longs, like Lucy, CXSI, SAI, but the same stocks then on day 2 or day 3, or maybe on a bounce play, can become a very good short setups. So my point is to specialize, first of all, in one side, become good in that, and then you can add the next one. And of course, you have to study the setups every single day, the patterns, because there's a lot of manipulation going on if you're doing small caps. But what concerns big caps, I can tell you this. I mean, if we look at ES, if we look at Tesla, and of course, yes, future, but if we look at the overall market, we can see that 2021, 2020 was a bullish market. 2022 was a bearish market. So we knew the setup that we had to play. Of course, we couldn't trade longs, swings on 2023, the starting, or 2022. Now, the month of March and April, we're having long plays in big caps and also short plays. So it's not a bullish market yet, but it's not also a bearish market. We're sideways, and we really alternate days. We have long plays and short plays. This means that you have to know basically both scenarios, setups, in order to be able to trade and be profitable.
Right. Well put. Oh, that's awesome. One question, don't want to throw you a curveball, but I'm sure you've maybe thought about this, because I've thought about this to myself for my 8 years of trading. Is there anything you could tell yourself back in 1999, something that could save you a ton of money or a ton of trading mistakes?
I think I will need like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But the first thing would say, traders, start very, very small and be even satisfied in the first year to trade, even like if you trade small caps, few hundred shares a day.
Yep.
And if you're trading big caps, like 5-10 shares a day. But don't look 6 months in your trading. I mean, at least this is what I say to my mentors, my mentorees. Don't look to trade, to make 1K day, $500 days after 6, 7, 8 months of trading. Look to make small wins and be consistent and find consistency. And then when you find a consistency, then you can start building up the size. But before, I see traders, they want to jump too much, too fast into trading. You are 1 year into trading, you're still not profitable, you want to make 1K. That's ridiculous. That's simply ridiculous. Trade small, become good, become profitable day over day, and then you start sizing up. And when you are good, it will take so fast. When I start sizing in, it took me really like from the moment that I became consistent to sizing in, it became a fast process for me. So, but before I want to see that consistency, otherwise it's just like a gaming. Just go to the casino, you will have better odds than trading the markets.
Yeah. It's just like building a car, right? You have to have the car built before you can put the gasoline in it. So that's what we'll put then.
And you have to have a good foundation for that car.
Yeah, and some good horsepower. That's awesome, Jay. Well, appreciate your time here. One quick question too. Do you dabble any other instruments? Is only stocks? Have you done options, Forex, futures, or crypto at all?
Yes. So we trade futures on a daily basis, day trading futures, and CL, ES, NQ, MES, MNQ, GC, all of these products, 6E. We trade options. So of course, when you trade big caps, we also have options in play. And then we trade in big caps and small caps every single day. Live streaming, so traders can see exactly what we trade. We have a scanner, we have our watches daily, then I have a commentary, and then we have a recaps or trading lessons in the room for traders.
Right on, Jay. Any way people can reach out to you, find you, want to drop a link, or direct them to where they can get to know you, maybe even join your room?
Of course, they can email us at team@jtrader.co or write us on Twitter at smallcaproom or JTraderCo.
Awesome. Well, appreciate it, Jay. Nice to connect with you again. It's always a pleasure talking with you. I'm looking forward to talking with you here in probably a couple of months, or if not, late summer here for sure.
Thank you, Jay, very much, and have a good day. See you, traders.
Take care. Have a good one.